What's the most harmless friendship that ruined everything? So this happened about 2 years ago, but I'm still processing it because this is a wild ride about how the most innocent friendship absolutely destroyed my life. I had been married to my husband Jake for 4 years. We had what I thought was a solid marriage. We laughed together, supported each other through career changes, and were even trying for kids. Enter Emma, who started working at my company as a graphic designer. Emma was, how do I put this? She was like a golden retriever in human form. Bubbly, enthusiastic, always seeing the best in everyone. She was new to the city and didn't know anyone, so when she mentioned feeling lonely, I invited her to grab coffee. That coffee turned into regular lunch dates, which turned into her joining Jake and me for dinner parties. Here's where it gets complicated. Emma had zero filter about her dating life. Like zero. She would tell me everything, and I mean everything, about her Tinder adventures, her relationship drama, her sexual escapades. At first I found it refreshing. My friend group had always been pretty reserved, so Emma's openness felt like a breath of fresh air. The problem? Emma started asking me about my relationship. Not in a nosy way, but in that genuinely curious, wide-eyed way she had about everything. How did you know Jake was the one? What's your sex life like? Do you guys ever fight? I found myself being more open about my marriage than I'd ever been with anyone. Then came the night that changed everything. Emma had just gone through a brutal breakup and was crying on my couch. She looked at me with those puppy dog eyes and said, "You're so lucky to have Jake. He's perfect. I wish I could find someone like him." I laughed it off, but something felt off. The way she said it, the way she looked at me. But Emma was harmless, right? She was my friend. She would never. Except she did. A month later, Jake started working late more often. He'd come home distracted, checking his phone constantly. When I asked about it, he'd get defensive. Classic cheating behavior, but I couldn't believe it. Not Jake. Not with Emma. The truth came out in the most pathetic way possible. Emma drunk texted me instead of him. "Can't wait to see you tomorrow." Last night was incredible. When I confronted them, Emma broke down crying, saying she never meant for it to happen, and that she valued our friendship too much. Jake just looked defeated. He said Emma had been texting him, asking for advice about guys, and it had, quote, evolved from there. Here's the kicker. Emma showed me their text history, thinking it would somehow make things better. Months of messages where she'd ask him things like, "What do you think about this outfit?" and help me understand why guys think this way. She had essentially been flirting with him while using me as her unwitting wingwoman. The worst part? I had unknowingly helped her. All those conversations where I told her about Jake's likes, his sense of humor, his vulnerabilities, she'd used every single detail to get closer to him. She knew exactly which buttons to push because I'd given her the manual. Emma kept insisting that she never meant to hurt me, and that she just connected with him. She genuinely seemed to believe that because she hadn't planned it, it wasn't really her fault. Like emotional affairs just happen to people. Like catching a cold. My marriage is over. Jake and I are divorced now. The betrayal wasn't just about the affair. It was about how they'd both used my trust, my openness, my friendship as a weapon against me. Emma had taken everything I'd shared about my insecurities and used it to position herself as the understanding alternative. The most harmless friendship? Emma probably still thinks that's what it was. She reached out last month asking if we could talk things through, because she misses our friendship. Some people are dangerous because they're calculating. Others are dangerous because they're so focused on what they want that they genuinely can't see the destruction they leave behind. Emma was the latter, and somehow, that makes it worse.